Young, Stuart Kirschenbaum, and Sid Rubenstein. Presenting the referee in charge of this bout, he will be giving instructions after the introductions, Rudy Ortega. All right, fans, here we go. This is it, the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger. On my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing red trunks with white trim, hailing from Westland, Michigan. His weight is an even 154 pounds. His record, 29 wins, 5 losses, 18 wins by way of knockout. He is the NABF champion who is ranked the #2 super welterweight in the world by the WBC. They call him the Irish Hawk, Brett Lally. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, is the defending world champion. He enters the ring wearing white trunks with red trim, and he is fighting out of and representing the First Fighters Squadron in Campo, California. His weight is already 153 pounds with a record 28 wins, 3 losses, 15 wins by way of knockout. Introducing the WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, known as Terrible Terry Norris.
Good luck. Good luck. Oh. All right. Wait a second. Let's back up here. All right. I've given you your rules in the dressing room. I don't want any violation of the rules. You understand that, Terry? You understand that, Brett?
Yes, sir.
If there's any violations, I'm going to enforce the rules. Any questions from the Chief Seconds? Remember, I'm going to be holding you responsible in regards to your fighters. You understand that? All right. Box a good, clean fight. Shake hands and may the best man win. Let's go.
Lally's best hope is to make a brawl out of this that lands and gets into the second half of the fight, wears down his opponent. But keep in mind that he can be hit and that he also cuts.
George Foreman, what do you expect out of the first round?
Boy, they've started to stare one another down. It's going to be a tough fight. They don't like each other.
They almost had a little confrontation at breakfast a couple days ago. Lally said that Norris was showing off with some friends and he didn't like it.
Lally landed a good left hook there, and he don't even know it. He shook Terry Norris a bit.
Step back. That's it. Step back, please.
You will see Lally throwing wide swinging lefts and rights. He likes to come over the top with a looping right hand.
Let go.
Likes to try to get up and under with the uppercut.
He's not afraid to take a punch. That's the most frightening thing about him.
Norris lands a solid left hook, and down goes Brett Lally. A first-minute knockdown. It was a bit of a flash knockdown, but a good left hook.
It hurt, too, and he hasn't recovered. Of course, Terry Norris is not interested in a quick knockout.
Break. Step back. Wait, step back.
Norris has been known to get a little wild when he has a man in trouble.
Step back.
Right now, he appears to be under control. Misses with the right, lands a left hand inside.
That's it.
In my mind, if that punch had completely turned over, this guy would have stayed on the canvas, but it was more a sweeping right. Left, I'm sorry.
And there's the right hand that Norris lands as Lally comes in. Boy, Norris is off to an accurate start with the power punches, George. And the target is there, up the middle, if he disciplines himself to come up the middle. There's another right hand.
Like I said earlier, if he would only invest in turning those punches over, the fight could have been over on the first knockdown.
Right.
Brett Lally is not lollygagging. He intends to get in there, get hit, but return some punishment.
Another solid left hook for Terry Norris. And Lally lands a right hand, but takes a right and goes down again. Good short right hand inside.
break.
There is no 3 knockdown rule in this fight.
3 knockdowns here, as there is the third one, and Rudy Ortega's seen enough. You got a first-round knockout for Terry Norris in his hometown appearance.
Well, there was a 3 knockdown rule, but it was imposed by the champion.
What do you think of that, George?
I think it was amazing. Norris is going to walk right into history in boxing. He's taking his rightful place. He's going to be a famous and renowned boxer.
He's going to need better opponents than this before he'll be able to prove that, because a lot of people are going to say, well, this is a statement on the lack of class in the 154-pound division. Where does Terry Norris go from here is going to be the next question. But what a performance. By our count, 2 minutes, 46 seconds. Yes,
this guy's on the verge of being famous. He's outclassing all the middleweights. Not only did he knock this guy, Brett Lally, out, he knocked Sugar Ray Leonard down more than once. He's a famous fighter. It's going to take him years, like cooking a pot of stew, before people recognize it.
Well, I know you love his talent, and everyone who has just seen this one-round explosion is bound to have a vivid memory now of terrible Terry Norris. All right, George Foreman, let's take a look at the very first knockdown. Watch the left hand.
There's that sweeping left hand.
Still the first knockdown.
It sweeps him. Like I said, if he would just turn this thing over, he would not have gotten up.
All right, Lally failed to protect himself there as they broke apart after contact. You saw the journeyman fighter dropping the right hand and making it easy for Terry Norris. Now, I don't think Lally ever really got his feet under him again.
Not really, but you think about it, that's his style, to wade in. If he gets caught 2 or 3 times, it doesn't matter to him. This time, it cost him his chance to win the junior middleweight championship.
The second knockdown came on a short right hand inside. Let's take a look at knockdown number 2, George.
Norris is so quick. Of course, he got caught himself with one. He shut his eyes and started swinging. Lally was right there. It's not one of the opponents that you got to watch out for. Just throw.
Another look at that second knockdown. Well, there were 2 punches, the left and the short right.
And an impressive victory for Terry Norris. Don't count this guy as lack of opposition. He wanted to get in there and get a knockout. He told me earlier today he was going to knock Norris out. He shouldn't have approached the fight in that order.
All right, that was knockdown number 2. Then there were only 20 seconds left in the round as Norris set up knockdown number 3.
Which is the most devastating, because he got hit and didn't even know he was hurt. At this point right now, he's hurt. He hasn't got his vision together, and that does it right there. Crunch to go with it.
Solid right hand there by Norris. And then as they leaned against the ropes, Terry erupted with a left and the right, as you see.
He didn't recover from the previous combinations. This was a matter of just laying it on him. A guy with a haircut like that need not be knocked out in that fashion.
You're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for the. But I can tell you this, he gave a good fight. It didn't last long, but he showed that he was willing to mix it up with the middleweight champion of the world.
Well, he was willing to keep getting up. Rudy Ortega was the man who decided to stop it after this third knockdown, with still 14 seconds remaining in round number 1. There was, as Larry Merchant pointed out, no 3 knockdown rule in effect, but it was Terry Norris who imposed his own 3 knockdown rule on Brett Lally. And we take a look at the graphic that shows that in the 154-pound division, in the brief history of this division, going back 20 years, this is the 3rd quickest first-round knockout in a title bout. And let's go to Jimmy Lennon with the official numbers on it. Jimmy?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 2 minutes, 40 seconds in round number 1. Referee in charge, Rudy Ortega, stops the contest. Winner by way of knockout, and still the WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Terrible Terry Norris.
There are the vital statistics. 2 minutes, 40 seconds of round number one. We'll take a look at punch stat numbers, which will no doubt show that Norris dominated the brief action in the fight with power punches. There are the numbers. They threw an almost equal number of punches. Lally only landed 6 times, and Terry Norris 25 out of 39. George, it was target practice.
I can tell you this. Brett Lally gave a good show. It was a short one, but it was a good show. One of the best
A better
fights you've
show,
had.
though, for Terry Norris, and now he's with Larry Merchant.